Ain't that neat, dude?
Ain't that something?
The kickstand.
You just can't see it because of the overlay.
Phone starting the stream again.
On the kickstand. Who needs computers?
Right? Well, I mean,
Well, what is a phone?
a big calculator.
You know, calc is short for calculator.
For those of you
just joining the
stream. Hello and welcome to your weekly dose of mayhem. I stole his line, and
The only show that is like a fart in the wind.
how?
We come and go without leaving a trace.
I feel like the trace would be smell. No.
No, I feel like a trace is inherently visual.
Well, unless you're a
Well,
dog.
no.
Unless you're a dog. You ever seen them? They just follow. They just go.
Nope, never seen a dog.
Never seen a dog.
Nope.
You have a dog.
I do?
Yes.
Oh, I want to know. Because everyone knows I sleep on the pink foam board back in the staircase.
As soon as you go home, you just go. Yep. I love my house.
No, man, I'm sure I'm happy there's no dog here. Anyway, some of you, and by like some of you, I mean, sup, Grandpa, may have been wondering where were we last week. And Hamid, what was the reasoning for why there was no podcast last week?
So the podcast before last week, I think we talked about the FLL qualifier.
Yeah, so that was the podcast
FLL
3
championships.
weeks. That was
Yes.
the podcast 3 weeks ago because
The episode before the episode that we couldn't do
yeah.
is when we talked about the FLL, not qualifier, championship.
The Friday before the episode we couldn't do was winter break. And
Yeah.
Grandpa, you know where I was because I was with you.
I was at home. Anyways, at the FLL championships, we used the same cameras that we use for the podcast. Well, we used 3 of them because we have 3 of them. I mean, use 1 for this because we don't need 3 for this. Anyways, we went to the auditorium where the champs was being held, and we set up everything, all the cameras and all, and then we did the event, packed everything up, and then everything came back. But
Critically.
here's the little twist of the story. It came back. All of it came back, and then it was put away as a sort of a game, you know, as a little bit of a prop hunt, hide and seek thing, you know.
Gasp.
Some stuff was over there, and it was supposed to be over here. Some stuff was supposed to be over here, and it was over there. And most critically, the stuff that was supposed to be over there, the cameras, was underneath one of the Lego tables in another bin that had like shirts in it or something. And we didn't know that.
Well, it's because for padding.
For
So that they came home safely.
okay.
Obviously.
Okay. Right. And it's definitely not because someone was just like, oh, it's a small box going big box. I only have to carry 1 box. Right. Anyways, so
Little tip for you guys at home.
spatial reasoning tip. Guys,
for those
small
not yet
box
with
going
developed with object permanence yet, you can put a small box in a big box, and then you only have to carry 1 box. And when you open the box again, the small box will still be there.
Wow.
Anthony Honani benefited greatly from that lesson. Famous for not having object permanence.
So we could not do it because we thought we'd lost the cameras. And then the day after, literally the Saturday, right after we were supposed to do it, we found them. And they were under the table. So, no cameras. So
You also had to go to the dentist.
I did have to go to the
So
dentist,
it would have just been me anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm
And
glad
we all
that
know you make the show. I'm just the talking head, but you're the head and
talking
soul.
head.
And as the days go by.
I thought you made that on purpose. That was my mistake.
I was just trying to say that you were the heart and the soul of the, not only the show but the team.
I would strongly disagree, actually.
Oh. Okay.
That is not to say that it's no. I'm kidding.
This is my show.
Yeah.
I'm the face of the team.
So that's why we couldn't do it last week. And Nate, I'm gonna do the craziest segue of all time. Do you want to talk about why we won't be able to do it next week?
I was also supposed to do that segue, but anyway, we are gonna be at Fleur. What are the letters of Fleur?
F, comma, L,
Yep.
comma,
Yep.
and R.
Finger Lakes and Regional.
No, the letters are F, L, and R.
Oh, that was a list.
Yes,
I
yes,
see.
yes.
I see. We are going to be at the Finger Lakes Regional, graciously and professionally hosted by 1511.
Is it?
Yes, I almost said 3015, but they don't do it, and I almost said 1507, and they also don't do it. And I've gotten 1511 and 1507 messed up on many occasions, which is not only insulting but also
Disappointing.
disappointing and very confusing
Disrespectful.
for anyone who actually knows what those numbers mean. So we are going to be at our first FRC comp of the year, which is the first comp the second comp in the title, the first comp being the FRL Championship, which we'll talk about at the end probably. But the second comp in the title is the Finger Lakes Regional Championship. Our robot is done mechanically, all sparing the climber.
And the de-algifying.
No, the
Tron.
de-algifying mechanism is there. It's just not programmed.
Is it on the robot?
It's on the robot.
Oh, I did not notice that.
Yeah.
Probably because of how light and small it is. Nice job, Nate.
Here, try again. One more time.
I got it! I got you that time.
So, we meant to talk about this last episode, but if you've been keeping up with the oh, hi, Mr. Hiller.
Hello.
Hi, Nate. If you've been keeping up with the build thread, you may have seen this. But for those who haven't, grandfather, we've changed our out-taking mechanism.
Significantly.
We had that swingy 10-pound arm, and then we tested it, and it was like, nope, not gonna work, never gonna work. We could modify it all day, make it heavier, make it worse. It's still not gonna work. So we decided to get our head out of the sand and build a real robot for once. Josh is here now too.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh.
You want to talk about the new coral outtake? Okay. He doesn't want to talk.
He doesn't want to talk about it.
All right.
So Josh and I.
Do you want the bot?
No, I think
it's like heavy. Go program.
We don't have the wireless mics either.
We also don't have the wireless mics on.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Josh and I, we took a piece of polycurb. Notably wired.
I wonder if you saw that.
Yeah. We took a piece of polycurb and we bent it like that, and then we bent that like that, and then you put. Now I've got a demo for this. So if you imagine bent piece of polycurb like this on the elevator. The elevator's here. Here's the reef. All right. You were wondering why I got these out. I didn't tell you.
Oh, the water bottle plays a part in it.
Yes. So, elevator. This is on an angle on the elevator.
I'll be the human player here.
Yep.
Yeah. So
this.
coral game piece goes into here, and it is locked in by a wheel that's right here. And then once the wheel is released and we're near the reef,
So you go up and then you don't.
that's why did you do that?
I don't know. I was trying to make sure it get on, but you spin this wheel and this spins out like that, and this is much simpler, like 7 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
And
like
actually works, which is an important factor.
and the things that got cut because of that design are the indexer wheel on the intake gone because it's just a ramp going into another ramp. You don't need to make sure it's
all the
straight.
motors and gearboxes which actually drove the arm.
Yes, and the arm itself, notably.
Yes.
The
End effector.
end effector is gone. It's replaced with a single motor and a single two wheels, two compliant wheels.
Yeah, two green 4-inch compliant wheels, 1 Kraken geared down 3-to-1. I think 3-to-1. Maybe it's.
I think it was 5-to-1.
Maybe it's 5-to-1. I don't know. Josh. Oh, Josh has something to show.
Oh,
something. So originally we ditched the climber, which Josh made, because we were too heavy. But now that we are significantly less heavy, Josh, we put the climber back on. And this is the carriage of the climber. Josh built a second elevator.
This is right side up, right?
Oh, he's got more. Josh built a second elevator, and this rides up and down an elevator on the back of the robot, which is piston-driven, not chain-driven.
There's the piston.
So this is here. Bring it in like that. So the carriage is all the way up. You grab onto the cage, then you extend the piston. Just pull it up. Push this down into your robot, including the cage, and then you're in the air. And if you don't do it with the cage attached to you, you are gonna send your robot up like that on a wheelie. And probably not only break the climber, but also potentially disable yourself. So that'll be fun.
To be fair, if you put a wheel on the bottom, you could actually just do a wheelie.
Oh, we could just put
Is
wheels
that,
on the
is
bottom.
that
Right?
what we did for 2019?
Yes, it's very similar to 2019. 2019 climb, which had two pistons of similar size, shoot wheels down to get up on the little ledge.
They are the 2019 ones.
What?
They are the ones from.
These are the exact same.
I'm pretty sure they are.
I thought they were slightly longer, but we could just put wheels on the bottom.
I mean, to be fair, if nothing else, it would be really funny.
It would be.
just in case it accidentally like misfires or something. Like
Yeah.
the solenoid gets triggered by a
Yeah.
thing that fell.
I mean, it's just like it's two bearings, a shaft, and like
Yeah.
a Coulson, and you'll do it.
Plus 5 pounds.
Compliant with a fake a swift drive, but
Yes.
I mean, there's
Small
no.
omni wheel.
I can't.
Small
put a
omni,
middle-
yeah.
small omni.
Omni wheel would be better.
what?
I can't put a wheel in the middle on it.
What do you mean?
'Cause
I would do two wheels on
the
the
battery
side.
goes in between it.
Oh, the battery goes.
yeah.
Oh,
He's right here.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, two wheels. That's good because you don't have a long shaft then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, do that.
Yeah, we made specific battery covers that we wouldn't blow up a robot.
You want to go grab the battery cover?
Yeah.
So.
I'm pretty sure the battery cover's on the robot, no?
Yeah, it is. It's
Okay.
not attached though. It comes off with the battery.
Oh, neat.
So we folded a little polycurb shield that you put the battery in the polycurb, then you put the polycurb in the robot.
Oh, there it
Got
is.
that. And we put a sticker on it.
Wow.
So
Wow.
take,
Wow.
So here, I'll hold the polycurb, take the battery out. So polycurb shield. Put the battery. You're not done yet. Put the battery in the.
Cable specifically
Yeah.
in the back so that it's not crushed.
Put the battery in the polycurb shield, and then you slide
And then
that
that's tucked,
into the
plugged in,
robot. Plug that in.
and then we don't blow up.
Very nice.
And instead of saying, so 4930 is said on the robot, I think 6 or 7 times. I think there's 6 or 7 things that say 4930, including but not limited to 2 stickers, 1 polycurb, and bumpers. I think the 6, there's 4 4930s on the bumpers.
The polycarb 4930 and the polycarb Janus is really cool.
And then it also says Janice on the robot now too, because
Yep.
that's the name. Janice is the bass player in the Electric Mayhem Muppet Band. For those, what?
Base appreciation.
Bass appreciation.
Nate is also a bass player.
Are you gonna, Nate? Are you gonna be playing the anthem again?
Bro, am I? Am I gonna be playing Utica?
No, I mean for like FRC.
Arrange such a thing.
Okay, that's fine. Talk to Copeland. I'll confer with him.
All right.
I mean, we could totally ask her.
Yeah.
Seems like a little bit of short notice for FTC, but
Yeah, you can walk across.
anyways.
Maya's here now. So that is your FRC in 15 minutes.
Oh, you looked at the run. That says 13:26.
Oh, I was just actually looking at the clock.
Oh. No, we started 2 minutes late because
yeah.
branding.
Oh yeah,
Trademark?
'cause
Yeah.
we gotta stay consistent.
Yeah.
Inconsistency. Oh, that might have
of course.
been better opening.
We got a couple of chat messages. Guess who it's from?
It's from Grandpa. Yes. I forgot to mention this, but he is actually in Buffalo this week.
Oh wow.
It's my sister's birthday. I'm going to be in Utica during my sister's birthday, and that is the 3rd comp in the title. What's going on in Utica, Hammond?
Utica. Both white team and green team have qualified for Utica, and we have made some progress on the robots. Got them ready for championships. Green team has their auto working much better because I fixed it.
Do we have a basket auto?
We do not have a basket auto.
Are we going to have a basket auto?
Yes, as soon as the field is repaired from when I broke it just now while working on the basket auto.
I'll get on that.
Yeah,
Once we're done.
it's just a zip tie. I broke a zip tie. It's fine, but so white team also working on autos. Robots looking pretty good. I helped them out with some PID yesterday, so that's mucho bueno for teleop assists and whatnot.
So open. So aligned.
We're just right next to each other. That's not. Open line. Speaking of open lines, whoa, new poster. New posters for for champs.
Thanks, Mike.
Vertical.
Flip it over.
Yeah, flip the poster over.
Show the back.
There's another side.
Oh, the people we've worked with
Very cool.
on the other side, and then the outreach poster, which was sitting on top of a trash can because I wanted it to be in the background, but now it's right there.
So we have 3 posters. We're gonna get one more of the robot, using the awesome photo that we have of it.
You want to show off white team's done posted?
Yeah, white team has a poster too.
White team has a poster too. This is the robot poster.
Very robot.
Come
very
to
poster.
a pit at Utica this weekend to come see that.
Yeah.
2-day competition at Utica too.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
And
Or
what is
not.
Yeah, maybe not. We're gonna watch Jetlag Schengen Showdown.
Because Grady has Nebula.
It is an hour long, which is
I could sit through an hour of Tom Scott any day.
absolutely, yeah. I mean, I just watched Money.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh, I watched Money too. That was
Yeah,
good.
it's pretty good. Anyways, so the scripts for our presentation haven't really changed. We're sticking with that, but we have a lot of new props. We're printing a lot of stuff. It looks great. And
I know something that has changed.
what has changed?
So, we found out, or Mr. Hiller found out at the coach meeting last night.
The
for FTC.
advancement.
So typically, from our region, 3 teams advance to the World Championship in Houston, Texas. This year, 7 teams are advancing. 3 of them will have the option to go to the World Championship in Texas. Well, the other 4 will have the option to go to the FTC, the brand spanking new FTC Premier League. Which is that's a very good question, Maya. Maya just whispered, what the heck is a Premier League?
I actually also do not know.
So, FTC, now from my understanding, I was told about this as I was walking from my car in the parking lot, because I coincidentally parked next to Mr. Hillard this morning. I was told this as we were walking in, and it is a collection of off-season events for, so first heard that the FTC teams thought not enough teams advanced to Houston for the size of the program, and they were like, not really any more room at that venue in Houston, so let's just make more events. So there's a couple of off-season events hosted in various large cities. I think there's one in Boston, probably one in Detroit or Chicago or something like that. Hopefully one in Toronto, because that would be extremely convenient for us personally.
And we get to go to Toronto.
And who doesn't like Toronto?
My turn.
The Hamid homeland of Toronto, Canada. So the way I understand it works is the top 4 or the top 3 or 4 teams, I forgot which one it is, they get first dibs on whether they want to go to Woods in Houston or whether they want to go to the Premier League event. And they have a week to decide that based off of stuff like how much money they have to spend on travel and stuff like that, or if they want to go to any of them at all. And then after that, the next week goes to the other 3 or 4 remaining teams, and then they get to pick what event they go to. So if the top 3 teams pick to go to Woods, all the other teams are invited to pick a Premier League event to go to. Or if 2 of the teams in the top 3 go to Woods, and one of them goes to a Premier League event, then the 4th place team gets to pick between Woods and a Premier League event.
Okay.
And if one of the teams in the top 7 doesn't pick one and doesn't choose to go to one of them, then the 8th place team gets moved up.
So the way I understand it is that the Premier League is just a way for sort of runners-up at
Yes.
regional championships to have something else to do that isn't.
It's an
for us.
off-season invitational for the best teams from each FTC region.
Yeah.
To compete afterwards.
After Worlds. Okay.
Yes, it's afterwards, so the teams that pick to go to Worlds will get to compete first. But then in May and June, that's when the Premier League happens. From my understanding. I could be wrong about that. I'm sure First will give more information as that comes out. But that's how I'm understanding it. and I'm super excited because I really want to go to either one of those events for FTC. We've never been to Worlds for FTC as a program, but this Premier League event seems pretty fun too.
Yeah.
So I don't care which one we go to. I just want to go to one of them.
Yeah.
I think if we
that's
have the ability to pick, that would be crazy. That's going to be a hard choice, but that'd be fun. How we're going to afford any of it, who knows?
We'll figure it out, or maybe not.
Money if we get invited.
Yes, probably. So that is your FTC in probably about 7 minutes.
Yes.
I was right that time?
Yes, you were. 20 minus 13 is 7.
Now, circling back, do you have anything else to say for FTC?
No, I think that's it.
Circling back to the first comp in the title, FLL Championships that we hosted in the FPAC, which is a theater here at Nichols. I wasn't there. I was in Red Mountain with my grandfather skiing, because my grandfather shreds. And Hamid was there. He was running the stream just like he is now. Tell us a little bit about that.
Things went pretty swimmingly, I would say.
Is that a reference to the first dive?
First deep. What?
First dive.
First dive. Things went incredibly swimmingly. We dove in with a lot of I'm gonna stop.
We got charged up. It was a real power play of an event.
Oh, we really got submerged.
We got submerged.
Submerged all the teams.
And finally, the crescendo happened when we crowned the winner of the regional.
So, as I mentioned, 3 cameras. We had a 3-field setup with 1 camera on each field, similar to last year's event, except instead of using a HDMI switcher and 1 capture card, I used a proper capture card, and so it didn't, suck for the people watching at home. I also found a way to, have our audio equipment that we have here work with the stuff that's in the theater. Which meant we could have all of our stream audio be from the board and still go out to the people in the theater. Very good. And the one thing that I did do that is completely new this year is I made a little scoring app for FLL. And I don't know if I talked about this, but basically it's just like the scouting apps we use for FTC and FRC, except it's for scoring and it's for FLL. Which is why
So
it
it's
is
nothing like the scouting apps.
No, it is basically it's the same framework. It's the same sort of method of you pick a team, you pick a match, and then you list all of the things that they did.
Except they have to sign off on it.
And they do have to sign off on it. That's the one difference. The other difference is it actually produces a score, and then we take those scores. We calculate the highest score for each team, and then we put it up on a leaderboard. So the
And was that leaderboard able to be displayed on TVs and on the stream and stuff?
That leaderboard was available on stream. We did have some people wanting to see it on a Google sheet, and we couldn't display the whole thing, which was an issue with it, because I was just told we needed that for the judges for the Robot Performance Award, but people wanted to know, so I had to improvise a little bit, which is why throughout the stream you can see me fiddling with spacing and everything to try and get as many teams on there as possible. But other than that small issue and some tiny things of teams not being able to show up, so I had to juggle around the matches a little bit, which was actually very easy, just because database is fun. I think it went quite well.
Do you remember who won?
Who won? Was it Ranger?
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
Ranger Robotics.
And Rio Supernova. So it was
Yeah.
Mini Ranger and Mini Gorilla.
Yeah, Mini Ranger and
Mini-
Rio Supernova.
Mini 3015 and Mini Gorillbots.
Yeah, I remember Rio Supernova was pretty up there. I didn't remember Ranger, but yeah, they won. Nice.
Shout out Emily and Trent Warlock of 1507 for commentating in my absence.
Yes.
I didn't watch the stream because I was in Canada.
They have
but
streams
I'm
in
sure
Canada.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
I
how they get
couldn't
the
tell.
water. Oh, that's a good photo. Pull that up to the. Nate just
show
took a-
that off. Show that off.
Nate just took a banger photo. Look at that.
We're gonna try to get another one.
Speaking of FTC and bangers,
Oh, Nate, that video you made is awesome.
I know, that's what I was about to mention. FTC and Bangers, after this is done, I'm going to upload the Green Team review video. It isn't really a review video because it's the end of the season, but it's a Green Team Robot video, which I made, and it features a song my dad plays drums on. Shout out my homies in Detroit.
Shout out.
Shout out Isaac Newton. Shout out Gravity 9.8.
Gravity. They made that many of them?
That's just my favorite constant.
Really?
Exposed to more constants.
Yeah.
It's just a useful one, you know?
Dude, it's worse than pi. It's worse than pi. It only applies
Well, pi
on
is
Earth.
just 3, dude.
You're just 3.
No, I'm 17. Well, I had someone else. Shout out, Matt Ola, the guitarist in my dad's band. Shout out Mr. Potter, the drummer in Matt Smith's Nervous System.
Shout out Mr.
Shout out
Patak.
Brady. Shout out Mr. Patak, certified language enjoyer. I enjoy language.
Shout out F. Scott Fitzgerald. He made a book about some pretty great things.
Just a real great guy.
Yeah.
And you know what? Shout out.
You really did not prepare for this.
No, I
did
didn't.
You?
I
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
Woody Flowers. Shout out Woody
What?
Flowers. What?
Oh, I thought you meant
The
men are Woody Flowers nominee. I'm like, bro.
no,
Oh, no, Woody.
just the guy,
Woody.
the man himself.
Yes.
I was like,
Oh,
name drop, like,
they're taking photos.
Go.
I can just put that up for you.
Can you?
Yeah.
Hey, show that off.
Okay, we're gonna have to end the stream because we gotta take some
Alright,
photos.
we're taking some photos, but
That's pretty banger.
that's a good photo.
Speaking of FTC
photos. Oh, I have one more. Shout out Tom Scott and Sam Denby. I know you guys have this season of Jet Lag in the bag.
Yeah, and they're definitely watching right now.
I mean, Isaac Newton isn't watching, but I shouted him out too.
Well, yeah, that's because he's dead though.
If you watch their show, they have to watch your show.
Shout out Sam and Tom. Sam. Is it Sam or Tam?
I think Sam Denby would love the Weekly Dose of Mayhem podcast.
Very true. Very true.